Good morning. Hi, Kat. My tripod little thing. Good morning. Lovely ladies. Hi. Um, so many things happened in the last 10 minutes sitting in my chair right here. Um, I don't know what this is happening. I don't know what's happening here this morning. But it just is happening. You guys, okay, while we're waiting for Lenny, my most favorite fan, Lenny Linsky's. Oh, hi, Chad. Okay, you guys, listen. I want to show you something really fast. My IG Live Twitter. Yeah. Okay, so check this out. I learned this technique when I was doing my... Hi, Dad. Oh, shoot. See, that's what happens when your tripod doesn't work. It's been used too often. Okay, you guys, check this out real fast while we're waiting for everyone. I learned this technique, how to set up your crystal so that it's in the spot that it wants to be in, where it's getting the most activation and the most, where it grew out of the earth. Okay, so check this out. Okay, so there's the crystal, right? You take a little, I hope you guys can see this. So you take your, whatever this is called, pendulum, and you lay it over the pendulum, right? And the pendulum just kind of chills right there. And you're like, oh, it doesn't want to be there. So then you turn the crystal again. You hold the pendulum. Kind of starts to move. Not a ton of movement, right? Like, okay. Move the crystal again. Hold the pendulum. Little more movement, but not much. Turn it again. And holy activations, what the hell? Look at that movement. That's your crystal letting you know this is where I want to be. Look at that. I'm not doing that. That's just happening. Isn't that awesome? Thank you, crystals, for talking to us and letting us know where you want to be. Okay, good morning, everyone. So, today, the topic is twin flames. And I'm going to be completely honest. Hi, Emily. I'm so happy you're here. I don't talk about twin flames. I stay far, far away from this subject for a lot of different reasons. One, it's just the label has just gotten too much, too confusing, and there's just a lot of stigma behind it. And I'm not super duper stoked that I chose to be a twin flame on this planet. And there's just a lot of emotion behind it. So excuse me if I start to cry. Hi, Christina. So Adama, my guide, was like, you're doing twin flames tomorrow. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm going to do Lemuria. And they said, no, you're doing twin flames. And I said, no, I'm doing Lemuria. And it was adamant that I was going to do twin flames. So if none of you guys, if some of you guys aren't aware, we're doing a 30 days live on IG. It's amazing. It takes you out of your comfort zone. You start talking about things you never wanted to talk about, like twin flames. So if you're interested in joining, it's hashtag 30 days of IG live. Okay, twin flames. I have known about twin flame, the word, for many, many years. Never wanted to really search that out, seek that out, find that. I was always like, oh, I want my soulmate. I want that one true love, right? And I'm going to try to make the story quick. Hi, Marie, so that I can talk more about just the twin flames in general. But 2013, I found out that my yoga instructor, Joe Garrido, was my twin flame. And the way we found out was we were always super duper connected to each other. Since 2010, that's when we met. He was my instructor, I was the student, and we just had this initial really strong bond. And it's not the same bond as like anything I've ever felt. It was beyond a recognition of knowing somebody. It was like you were it was like there was a magnet. And even that doesn't really explain it. Trying to explain twin flames is really challenging. That's another reason why I don't like talking about it. Because unless you have been through it, it's really almost impossible to explain it to somebody. And on a side note, most sessions that you have with people like psychics or readings that you get done or anything like that, unless they're a twin flame, they won't be able to feel that you're a twin flame. It's really interesting. They will call it soulmate. So because unless you've experienced that charge, you don't know what it is. And also, let me preface this. I'm going to just go on back and forth, but twin flame is just a word, right? We can't get caught up in the terms. It's like twin flame, sacred union, soulmate, all that crap. It's like, it doesn't matter the word, it's the experience that you have. And also what's becoming quite prevalent is that, or what we're all becoming quite aware of, is that there are multiple timelines, right? And so what that means is that your life is occurring in multiple times, all at the same time. So there's multiple lives that are happening. So you can have multiple twin flames, right? A lot of people talk about this now on YouTube, that you can have multiple twin flames. Absolutely. It all depends on the timeline that you jump into, right? So back to my story. Joe and I met. Joe and I were super connected. We thought we needed to be boyfriend, girlfriend. So we ended up trying to date. And it didn't work out boyfriend, girlfriend wise, meaning we were not meant at that time in 2013 to physically be intimate. And it was really, really difficult for us to understand. And it took 3.5 years for us to finally come to an understanding of what that meant. Because we loved each other so much, the amount of love that we had for each other and still do, is beyond anything I can try to comprehend. And no matter what happens with us, like, that love is beyond anything. It's like your other half, right? Like your soul, your soul. It's your soul split. And yesterday Deanna was saying, "Oh my gosh, I love that love that you guys have." And it's like, you have no idea. It's an amazing love, and it's also not a love at all. It's like, yes, it's love, and it's not a relationship. It's a union that has a purpose, right? So Joe and I met, we tried to date for about 4 months. It wasn't going to happen, boyfriend, girlfriend. Our ideas of relationship is boyfriend, girlfriend, right? You come together, you make out, you have sex, and you get intimate, and then, that's how a relationship works in 3D. And ours wasn't going to do that. Was not happening. And yet, without that, we still loved each other so much we didn't want to be apart from each other. So we ended up being together nonstop, 24/7 for the next, 2014 until, last year is when we started sort of separating. So for a couple of years, we were nonstop together, and we weren't intimate, really. But we loved each other so much, we wanted to make it work. And we were trying to figure out what the freak this was. Why are we not intimate? Why are we not being able, why would the universe not give us that aspect of a relationship, right? Why are we not given the ability to hug and, well, we hug, but kiss and share all that intimacy, right? It was really challenging. It was beyond anything I can explain. And it took 3 years to get to where we are right now. And where we are right now is that we are in a space where we understand that we want intimacy with somebody, and it's not going to be with each other. Hi, Joe. And so we're in that process of knowing who we are, that we are each other's soul, that we are the other half of each other, and that no matter what happens, we will always be together, connected. And we want intimacy with somebody. And it's not going to be with each other right now. We are in two different energetic spaces. And so we are being asked by the universe to sort of separate right now. And that's been challenging for both of us because we're like, we just want to do this, but we also know what we want. So in that, there's a lot of growth that happens, right? And so the purpose of a twin flame coming together on the planet right now is not for sex. It's not to find your one true love. It's not to be like, oh my God, I've been searching for you all my lifetime and I finally found you. That's 3D love. That's 3D relationship. It's totally beautiful, totally like amazing, but that's not what the twin flame is here for. Now, this is my experience. So there could be many people out there that have had different experiences and are having different experiences with their twin flame. And I honor that and respect that. And that's their experience. But my truth is that that's not what a true twin flame is for on this planet. You did not come down here as a twin flame to find the love that's gonna, make you so happy and can, you're gonna be one with that person and the sex is gonna be amazing and You're here to shift the paradigm of a relationship into a union. And so all these twin flames have come down for a very specific purpose and a very specific mission, just like we all did. But the twin flames came down as one soul split into two, masculine, feminine, right? And they could be two feminine beings on the planet or two masculine beings. It could be a mother and a son. It could be two best friends. It could be like Joe and I, where we're like trying to figure out what the hell we are, right? But it's not about a relationship. It's not about finding that one true love. It is so much bigger than that. It's shifting the paradigm of what a relationship is and going to be on the new earth in the fifth dimension, right? So we all know that we're moving to this fifth dimension, whatever the freak that means, and whatever that's going to look like. Part of it is relationships. It's not relationships anymore, it's unions. And it's about being able to be in something, right? In a union with somebody. And to not be, and to still be in your whole truth, in your whole expanded light, and completely separate and yet together walking, right? Back to where the twin flames came in. So they came in to do a mission. So when you meet your twin, it's very complicated and all kinds of crap can happen depending upon where you are in your spiritual development. So if you two are on different levels, playing fields, when you come together as one, it's going to be really tumultuous, right? Because we all have baggage that we came into on this planet. And when you meet your twin, that baggage gets amplified because you're here to clear it all out and you're here to work together as one to do your mission. So the twin flames are here to work together to amplify their gifts and to shine out in the world and start doing whatever it was they came down to do. So instead of like just one individual doing their mission and doing their work with their partner, with their husband, with their wife, with their family, the twin flame came down to meet together at this time to amplify their gifts, activate and awaken their gifts. So usually when you meet your twin, what ends up happening is you start to kind of awaken and activate. All of a sudden you're like, your gifts start to pop up more, right? You start awakening even more as to who you are and why you're here. And so that's the purpose. That's why you're meeting, is to do that. But you're doing it in the third dimension with all your crap and all your baggage and all of the other stuff that comes along with being human on the planet. So you have to work through all of that. And that's the tough part about being a twin flame, right? The challenging part for Joe and I was, no intimacy. Was is like what WTF, right? Like, are you joking? How do you do that? How do you process that? And then being able to just trust and to move through it and to say, okay, this is what it is, and we're gonna work through this. And I know there's a couple people on right now that are I'll answer questions in a second. I don't want to get distracted, but there are people here that are on that twin flame path, or whatever you want to call it. And it's challenging because a lot of people that are on it don't say like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. True twin flames are not like, this is amazing, everybody should get a freaking twin flame. It just isn't quite like that. Although the love I have for Joe is beyond anything I can possibly imagine, so I would never want anything, I would never change it, even though there are many days where I was like, and still am like, what, I don't want this. Can I just have a normal life? Can I just have a normal relationship? Can I just have freaking normalcy? And I'm not complaining. I really am not. I'm grateful beyond anything. And I know that we chose this. So if you're listening to this, first of all, wherever you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. And whoever you're with is exactly who you're supposed to be. And if you're not with your twin flame, it doesn't mean that you're any less or any more than anybody else. And just because somebody came down and is with their twin flame doesn't mean that their mission is any bigger or less than yours. You just decided, when you were up there before you came down, that you were going to do it with your soul, your other half. There's nothing, there's no hierarchy in like, oh, you met your twin flame. There isn't anything like that. That because it's gotten so popular, the twin flame title, the twin flame word has gotten so popular, and everybody has their own experiences. It's challenging to want to come out and speak about it because it's not what people think. From the deepest part of my heart, my core of all cores of telling you guys right now what this is like, it's not what people think. And it just isn't. It's a mission. It's a powerful, powerful mission to come together and work. How many are twin flames? Everybody has a twin flame, Marie. So every lifetime that you incarnate into, hi Austin, I'm so happy you're here every day. Marie, every time you have a twin, so it's just your soul split. So what happens typically is anytime you incarnate onto this planet or any other planet or any other star system, wherever you're going, your other half is always with you. So either physically here on the planet with you, they decided to join with you on the planet and live the life with you, or they're supporting you from above, from wherever they are, and vice versa. So you're always connected, and you always have that connection. So there are many people that are on the planet right now that are not physically with their twins on the planet. There are many people that are, and then there are many people that are both have decided to incarnate together as twins and haven't met yet. Because think about this. This is also super crazy. Think about this. Yeah, well, think about this. So this is hilarious. So you decide you're going to come down to earth, right? And you're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going in. Maybe this is your first time. Maybe this is your 17,000th time. But you're like, this is going to be the last one. This is going to be the freaking awesome hurrah, right? This is the time that you want to do it. Love you, Chad. So you and your other half are like, okay, let's do this, right? We're going to go in, we're going to freaking rock this. And you're super stoked, super excited about it. So here you two are, right? Agreeing to whatever life you're going to agree to, looking at the Akashic records, and like picking out your what you wanted to go through in this lifetime, and who your parents are going to be, and all the lessons you want to learn, and everything we think is so awesome, right? We're like, I'm going to go through jealousy like a rock star. And Joe's like, I'm going to go through abuse and addiction like a mother freaker, right? So, and then you both jump. So you both are like, okay, see you in there. Hope to find you, by the way. God only knows out of 4 billion people where you're going to be and where I'm going to be, but I hope to God I find you. So you jump, you go in, and then you've got an entire lifetime, right? Where, what are the chances? I mean, the universe is the universe, so it's amazing. But it's like, you think about it, what are the chances of coming together and meeting, right? And then you think about all the crap that you've carried around with you throughout your life right before you meet, right? As a third dimensional being. And then you think about how you're together and now you're going to go and like rock this place, right? And do your crap. And it's like insane. When you think about it like that, it's like it's really crazy. So back to your question, Marie. Yes, we all have one. Not everybody's going to meet theirs in this lifetime. There are so many amazing, beautiful types of relationships and unions on this planet, and everybody is shifting into that higher frequency. And so there are these amazing sacred unions, sacred partnerships. Really beautiful masculine and feminine coming together, whether it's two females, two males, male and female. It's all happening. These beautiful relationships are forming in these amazing unions. And I'm telling you, those are just as powerful and just as beautiful as a twin flame. Twin flames just have a different mission, a different purpose. The twin flame purpose is not for relationship. The twin flame, the word got confused. The word got twisted. So everyone thinks of a twin flame as like, oh, you're one true love. And it's not necessarily that. These sacred unions that people are in are like so beyond beautiful. And they share so much with the world, and soulmates that you're with, they complement each other. Yes. The twin flames or other relationships. So twin flames, do they complement each other? Twin flames are mirrors to each other. Twin flames are like, I don't know if I would say they complement the twin flames. Yeah, so I don't know if they would complement each other. I would say they're more of, I don't know how to explain it. Do they complement each other? I think, okay, here's what I think, Marie. I think when you are synced in the same energy, right? So right now, Joe and I are not quite syncing, meaning our energetic vibration frequency hasn't quite gotten right here. When the vibration gets right here, where both are like this, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to get doing your work together. That's when it's like, boo, activation, time to work, right? And so you have to balance that, and once you get to that space where both of you are vibing at the same frequency, then the work starts. And when you're there, that's when you complement each other. That's when you're like, super powerful and super ready to go. And the hard part is finding that balance. And a lot of times what happens with twins is they separate and they just go off and do their own things because they can't ever get to that space. They can't ever get to that complete equal frequency. Yeah, they're totally, they are opposite but still alike. Yeah. And so it's the balance of trying to get to the same frequency together, and then you start to activate and work. They challenge you to change the course of your life. They absolutely challenge you to change the course of your life. Yeah, Marie. See, you don't have to have a twin flame either to know exactly what I'm talking about. Who was it was also telling me this exact same thing. So was it Priscilla? Priscilla, I can't remember who it was. But in relationships, even right now, the masculine is rising. The feminine has been rising for quite some time, and the masculine is beginning to rise, right? But what's happening is that we are like, whoa, activation, holy cows, right? And really just starting to do our work. And our male counterpart is, whether it's a female male counterpart or male counterpart, whatever it is, your partner, right, is slowly starting to come up. But it's really challenging because they're going through their own process. They're going through their own awakening. And so it's a balance between trying to figure out, how do I stay my course? This is what's happening with me right now and with Joe. How do I stay my course? How do I do what I'm here to do? And not lose that connection, right? And not feel super disconnected and super upset that he's not where I want him to be, or slowing down. A lot of times what we do is we bring ourselves back down to where they are, so that we can kind of feel that connection. And you don't want to do that either. You absolutely don't want to bring yourself back down so that you can sort of be in that space with them. You want to keep going. They're going to come. We're bringing them up. You know, we are bringing them up. As you, Marie, as you continue to rise, as you continue to do your stuff, whether you realize it or not, you're bringing him up, right? This is with all relationships. The feminine is rising and the masculine is slowly coming. Hi, Heather. Oh my gosh. Hello, love. Yeah, you have to let go. There's a lot of times you have to let go. And this is in any relationship. This is not just in Twin Flame. This is in any relationship. Right now, Joe and I are in that process of figuring out, like, we're kind of like letting go, but not really letting go. And knowing that we have to let go in some ways, but wanting to still hold on. So it's really hard. It's challenging. And what it does is it brings you back to yourself. So no matter what relationship you're in, you know, whether it's a twin flame, whether it's a sacred union, a sacred partnership, a soulmate, just the love of your life, you're always being asked to come back to yourself. You're always being asked to come back to you, no matter what, and to love yourself. And so, you know, part of being in relationship is, if it's not energetically in the right space at the right time, then you got to let it go. And you got to trust that it's for the best, and you got to trust that you'll be held and that you will be supported and that you will not be alone. And that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part for me, is trusting that, you know, like, even as I move through this, like, I'm not going to be alone. You know, Joe's always going to be there. But right now we're not being pulled together. We're being pulled apart, but together at the same time. You know what I mean? We're being pulled apart to live our lives separate, to grow, but always together, always walking that path together. Always. But completely separate lives right now, right? On our own paths, but always connected. So I don't know if I explained the twin flame. Sometimes they come into your life when you need them, then you have to fulfill your purpose. Totally. Girlfriend, you are so right on that vibe, right on that thing. It's exactly it. You absolutely are called sometimes to separate and to fulfill your purpose, or even just to start getting activated and to start doing your purpose work, and then you come back together. I have no doubt in my mind that Joe and I will be together again, merged completely, doing our work. No doubt whatsoever. I just don't know when that's going to be, you know. I like to think the person I've always been searching for is myself, true authentic self, and that I got work to do. I wanted the union so bad, so quick. Totally, Austin. It always comes back to you. Yeah. And that one person that you're searching for, that one person that you want so badly, you know, it's like, forget the titles, forget what the name is. Yeah, it's divine timing, and it's just, you know, if it's meant to happen, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. But I just wanted to get on today and talk about the twin flame title and what it all is. I hope I explained it well. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are talking about how amazing it is, right? It's not true, you guys. It's not. These people that are advertising it as, come, I'm going to help you find your twin, hi Lenny, I'm going to help you find your twin flame, the love of your life, you'll be the happiest you've ever been. It's bullshit. You know, and it's not okay what they're doing. It's not. And they're doing a disservice to people, because the twin flame is not something to be advertised. It is not something to make money off of. It is not something to say, hey, my sex life is so amazing because I met my twin flame, and if you pay me $700, I will show you how to meet your twin flame. That's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Bless them for thinking that's their path. Bless them for just being who they are on the planet. But that's not it. It's not it. So before I head off, are there any questions that I can answer for anyone? I always feel like I go on all these tangents and I'm never quite super clear on explaining. Kat, I love you so much. I know your question earlier we were talking was doubting what you have. That's totally normal. I love you, Priscilla. I think it's so normal to be like, is this my twin? Is this not my twin? Like, and you know what I got to, girl? I just got to the place of like, excuse my language, fuck it. I don't give a F what the F it is. I'm just in this and I just want to make it. I just want to survive this. You know what I mean? And so I stopped caring what the name was. I got so exhausted. I was like, I don't care. I honestly don't give a shit. I'm just living this life and trying to get through whatever this is. And I didn't care about the title anymore. I didn't. I that's why I don't like talking about it. Is because I was like, I don't care what the name of it is. You can call it like Rosewater Petal Relationship. All I know is what I'm in. And I know what I'm in, and I know what I'm experiencing, and I'm going with it. You know what I mean? It's like, forget about wondering. Forget about it. It's a waste of time. Just trusting. Yeah, girl, just trust it. Yeah, just trust. Trust that. And the more you feel being kind of pulled apart in the moment, the more you have to trust. Trust in yourself and trust in that connection. Yeah, okay, Catherine, you were the one that was going up and he was kind of still going through some work, you know? You got to keep going. You got to keep going, doing your work, and you got to just trust the hell out of it that you are staying on your path, doing your thing, and that he will catch up. And that you are activating him by continuing to move along on your path. Oh, Marie, I love you. I got to catch yours. I think, did you do yours yet today? I don't know if you've done yours yet today. If you haven't, I will catch it. I haven't seen yours for a couple days. Anyways, you guys, soon. Okay, good. I love you all so much. I hope this was somewhat educational. Trusting whatever is meant to be will, and what in whom is meant for us will not pass us. Amen, Brandy. Amen, sister. All right, if there's no more questions, I will have this on my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, Austin, you totally should. If you want to join our group, let me know. It's we would love to have another male. I'll reach out to you and you can let me know. 333 would be awesome. Sendid Nastas. Thanks, Deanna, for joining. I love you guys. Oh, Lenny, good. I'm glad you guys were able to join. My amazing stepmom, Lynn, and my dad were there, so that was good. Yeah, Austin, you should join. All right, loves, talk to you all soon. Check out the hashtag 30 Days of IG Live, and you can watch all of the amazing 16 of us right now that are doing this. 16. And it's so amazing. Every single one of us is sharing some very amazing stuff. So bye, Heather. I love you. So join hashtag on Instagram. If you do hashtag 30 days of IG Live, you can find everyone that is doing it, and you can follow us. So yeah, 16. All right, loves, have a beautiful Sunday. I can't wait to watch the rest of the IGs. And thank you so much for joining me, and so much love to you all on your journey. Bye.